Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
What is going on, family? Happy Juneteenth. Welcome to a special edition of the Arrington Gavin Show. I had no plans on really doing a recording. I was going to chillax today. It is Friday, Juneteenth, June 19th, better known as Juneteenth. And I wanted to get on because I wanted to just share my takeaways on Thursday. Two prominent events happened. First, New York Knicks parade held in New York City. Second was the ceremony, the opening ceremony of the Presidential Obama Presidential Library, his center over in Illinois. And so it was two prominent events. It was hard to keep up with all of them. I'll be honest. I watched majority of the Knicks parade. And then after I finished watching because the Knicks parade was from literally the early AM to later on in the late afternoon, early evenings. And so I had my phone glued to that ceremony because it was historic. Then I went on to watch some highlights of the Obama ceremony, which was great too. You had the Obama family there. You had, former president and his vice president, Joe Biden, and his wife, former First Lady Jill Biden. You had a number of people that worked in the Obama administration. You had past presidents, Bill Clinton, former Democratic president, and also George Bush. I believe this is George W. Bush or George the son. I always get them mixed up. The son Bush, okay, the president that was before Obama's term. And it was just a great event of unity, a great event to remind us all what a true leader is. I mean, I'll be honest, I'll have moments where I'm just looking through YouTube at past videos of Barack Obama, fanning out, just saying, damn, I just miss that dude. I really do. Because look, it's not even all about his policies, because I didn't always agree with his policies, but he did it with grace. Okay. He was a man who represented the culture with grace and dignity. He wanted to always find a solution and work opposing both sides. Majority of the political parties preferred Obama's as far as leadership. They can rarely say something bad about him because he was just that, just that cool. Him and his wonderful family. Wife was educated, a Black woman, okay? A person that don't take shit from anybody, okay? This family was the epitome of a president. And for my lifetime, I remember like it was yesterday when he first was elected. I was in seventh grade. I went to a predominantly private white school. And I'll be honest, majority of my classmates, they were not happy. I remember it was a quiet day. People making sly comments like, well, the world's gonna end now because he's in office. Oh, we got a Muslim in the White House. Oh, we got this, we got that. And I'm just like, And it was so funny because only the Black students, including myself, we would look at each other and just be like, dap each other up like, yeah. It was historic. I remember, like if it was yesterday, my parents took me out of school. I did not go to school the day of the inauguration when we elected the first Black president. Okay. Now you can say, well, he's biracial, but guess what? If it was the olden days, or not even just that, because there's people that still are not too fond of folks that look like me. Okay. Look at that skin. And you would say, well, there's areas in this world that they still not, nope. And it's a shame. But, he is biracial. His mother was white. His dad was Black. I say all that to say we have overcome a lot, but it's up to us to continue to vote the right people. Know that, look, Obama should not be the last. And I'm not saying person of color. I'm just saying as far as a leader, somebody that does the position with grace and dignity and actually act like a president, the way a president should act like. It's not too late, and he should not be the last. But first, we're going to talk more about the New York Knicks, my New York Knicks, who was just crowned the 2026 NBA Finals champion, the first since 1973. Okay, 53 years since the last time my Knicks won a title. 1999 was the last time they were actually in the NBA Finals. So it's been a long time coming. Let me go ahead and share just got a couple of clips I want to prop up here for you, just to kind of get the ambiance going right, because I'm taking it back to the final game for you all, the very final game when the New York Knicks upset the world. Well, I won't say upset the world, because the world was all for a Knicks win. We were waiting for this. Check this out.
Take a foul to backcourt. Of course, you don't even have to foul. Now, 4-point lead. Here comes Fox. 5 seconds remaining. Fox to Wemby. Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the mark. Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again. Take a foul to backcourt.
I mean, it was just. Hold on, I got another one for you.
Anunoby the rebound. It's over. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long, long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions once again.
About 4 points. Rick Brunson, father-son, first time a father-son had won
the mark. Anunoby
Rick Brunson was a former NBA player, journeyman. He did 9 years in the NBA, but for the most part, he played overseas. He then went on to become a coach, assistant coach for various teams. He even coached in high school, and then following his high school stint, he accepted a job as an assistant coach for the New York Knicks, a team where his son, Jalen Brunson, the MVP, who by far is our franchise player. He scored a number. He had a few 40-point games during these series. I mean, it's amazing because, see, Jalen Brunson got a lot of heat. Well, he was criticized. I don't want to say he got a lot of heat, but he was criticized when the Knicks had first signed him. They're like, wow, all this money for Brunson. What's he gonna do? He's too small. He's this. He's that. We're not gonna. It's not a big, huge, come up in this and that and the other. And I'll be honest, I knew of Jalen Brunson when he was with the Dallas Mavericks. I knew he was a talent. I remember him during his Villanova years, but I did not see him as a person who can lead a team, because remember he was on the Mavericks with Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic was a franchise player, so you rarely heard a lot about Jalen Brunson, but Jalen knew it was his time, it was his moment. He was going to take the realm, and it was difficult because he's now a newly somewhat franchise player, by far one of the best point guards in the league as of right now. Because he's a champ, he's an MVP, he is in the top 5 by far. So we were like, what are we going to do here? What is this? What is this? And we went from coach to coach to coach to coach, right? We went from upset season after upset season. Then we bring in Brunson. You have a squad of, you have a Tom Thibodeau that's added to the coach. I don't know if Jalen Brunson was under Fizdale. I can't remember, but we've been through some coaches. I was talking to one of my bros the other day about just highlighting the parade. I mean, the parade had busloads of past players, Jordan Starks, Patrick Ewing, Walt Frazier, you name them. They were there. Stephon Marbury, Amari Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony. There was a number of individuals who were a part of that historic squad. Even we had stars. We had like Jalen Brunson's bus had Maria. I honestly, forgive me if I always mispronounce her name, but she is the star of one of my favorite Law and Order SVU. She's Detective Benson. And then I think Tracy Morgan was on that bus too. I saw buses. I saw Chris Rock. I saw Fat Joe, Remy Ma, Jadakiss, Ja Rule, Timothy Chalamet. I mean, there were so many. It was just a wonderful sight. Mayor Zoran Mamdani was a part of the mix. I mean, it was a historic day. And I can pull up, I'm going to show you some more of here's a clip of the folks who were watching it was a watch party going on the night of the game. And let me see if I can pull it up here. Just so you can see again, those that were home, those that were there watching it in real time. I mean, look at the reaction. Look at the reaction after it was announced when New York Knicks had just been crowned the champs. Just look at the folks.
Wemby tries a three, puts it up, off the ball. It's over. Knicks fans, this is not a dream. Your long wait has ended. Go ahead and cry. After 53 years, the Knicks are finally NBA champions.
I mean, that is just a wonderful sight. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna switch computers here while I talk with you all. Let me see if I can. There we go. I'm gonna do that here. So you had folks were just overly overjoyed of what they just witnessed. And I mean, you can't make this up. You cannot make this stuff up because it was our time. People waited long and hard. I mean, I remember when we won the in-season cup, which I had forgotten until I saw one of the players holding the cup during the parade. I'm like, oh snap, I forgot we did win the in-season cup in December of 2025. So we were the first, to my understanding, we were the first ever franchise at NBA, because the cup has been in existence maybe 2 or 3 years, but we were the first to win a cup, in-season cup tournament, and win the NBA finals. In addition to that, East Conference finals too, and won an NBA title. So we're the first. We are the first. So when we won the in-season cup final, everybody's like, oh my God, because we haven't felt that winners we haven't tasted victory like that in a long time. We knew something was up the way we started playing in the NBA finals. I mean, during the playoffs, swept through Atlanta Hawks. After that, we met with the Philadelphia 76ers, swept through them. Then after that was Cleveland, swept through Cleveland, right? We were on a 13-game winning streak. I would have loved to have surpassed Golden State Warriors. Why? Because my wife is a Warriors fan, and all her family, they're West Coast people. They love the Warriors to death, okay? It's not going to be the last time I ever hear about their victory and all that stuff. But we were on a winning streak. I'm talking met with San Antonio in their home turf. The first 2 games, beat them twice. Second game was very tight, but we beat them. And I know a lot of folks are saying you got lucky on four games. You got lucky. That's just those Texas that haters, those haters over there in Texas saying, "Oh, you got lucky. You got lucky." Let me tell you something. OG Anunoby out hustled y'all. That ain't luck. That's out hustling. That's a part of the game. You can say that they were out coached, But guess what? That's also a part of the game. So please spare me, not giving the players the respect that they deserve because they are the champs. They played their asses off to the core, and they will do it again and again. And I hope for them to do it again. Okay. Now I'm not here being braggadocious because we just won our first. We still enjoy this victory because it's going to be a long time before next season starts. But I'm saying is enjoy, rest up. I hope that we keep majority of the players because the pattern is when you win a NBA Finals, you tend to more money and more offers comes from different teams, and that's where like the championship team disbands. They're like, oh well, I'm going to go for the money. I hope and pray that we can afford to keep folks because think about it. Jalen Brunson took a pay cut during the offseason. He could have accepted. He took a $113 million pay cut, or he received $113 million, something like that. I think he received $113 million, but he really took a massive. No, I take it back. He took a huge pay cut, millions and millions of dollars to bring in players. Smart guy. That's what sports is about. That's what the game is about. It's not about a team of I, it's about a team of we. There's no I in team. If we have one common goal and that's to win a championship, we got to do all we can to be contenders to get that ring. You already gonna make money in endorsement deals. Why try it? And I get it. You're trying to get all the funds you can possibly get because tomorrow's never promised for professional athletes, right? An injury can occur that can affect your game or that can affect your career. I get it. But if you have a chance to bring in more talent, why not? I'm still a millionaire. And I'm gonna tell you another fun fact. Jalen Brunson's father, who's also an assistant coach who received rings, he played for the Knicks. He was a part of that 99 finals team. So he helped lead the Knicks to a final. So again, it's just full circle moment seeing both Brunsons finally getting that ring, man. It's awesome. I think I have some more clips I want to share, some more sound bites I want to share with you all. Let's see here. Here is just some of the, oh my goodness gracious, I'm looking at the crowd. Oh my goodness. Just look at the crowd of people. Oh man, let me see if I can. There we go. Look at that crowd, man. I mean, wow. Folks had said that, look, we had camped out here. You hear me? We camped out here. Here's some folks waiting in the Long Island stop. Fans were up at 4 a.m. to make the parade in the city. I mean, obviously, folks skipped school, kids, because it's an historic. It was big for New York, and I mean, look at this. Look at this. You see that? The crowd was still coming. That's 4 a.m. That is 4 a.m. People did not sleep. You hear me? As they shouldn't, because it was a historic moment. Here's head coach Mike Bronson and Jose Alvarado, a hometown guy originally from Queens, graduated, went to high school at Christ the Kings, and so he was always been very involved in his community. And they said, who's the most New York guy on the squad? And everybody said, oh, that's Jose for sure. I mean, you can't make these stories up. Hometown guy, born and raised a Knicks fan. He watched the Knicks throughout the years, and now he helped lead. I mean, just thinking about it makes me want to cry. I'm not going to lie. It was an emotional time seeing the Knicks win. It was an emotional time to just see us get this victory. And I think the thing is, with all the hate and issues and shit we have happening in our world right now, this is what we needed. We needed this breath of fresh air. The community, the melting pot. I'm talking black and brown communities, the Asian community, the Hispanic community, white folks, black folks. We all gathered together as one happy family. There's another clip. Oh my goodness, I gotta see if let me see if I have it on here. I hope I do. I hope I do because damn it. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on. I think I had. Did I repost it? Oh, come on. Hold on. I know it's somewhere. Hold tight, because I'm gonna find it because this man was on fire when it came to his what in the world. I know I thought I had it, man. Hold on. Did I save it? I thought I saved it. Because there were so many highlights. Perfect. I think I got it. Okay, perfect. I think I got it. Let me just show you this here. Let me see if I can pull this one up for you guys. Where is he? There he is. Perfect. So there were a lot of streamers and people on social media and other reporters that were all out there with mics interviewing people. It was 2 million people to be exact, by the way, at this parade. 2 million people at this parade. 2. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Listen to what this man had to say.
About Donald Trump.
I fucking hate that man. I really, really hate that man. And honestly, I'm glad you asked because this shit right here, like this energy, like the revolution starts in New York. Like Jalen Brunson is more than the king of New York. He's the motherfucking messiah. This is how we survive the war against AI and the robots. I know this sounds insane. I started drinking at like 6 a.m. But like, listen to me now. If we bring this energy to these fucking people that are pedophiles that run this world like this, we could do anything. I mean, the NYPD was bolstering about 10,000 officers, 10,000. Son, there's 4 million of us out here right now, and we're just the ones that didn't go to work. Like, we should all not go to work and fucking take this country back. And you know what? It starts with the goddamn New York Knicks because the mecca of life and of sports is Madison Square Garden. You think about all of this expensive real estate, and you think about having an arena here that not only, let me just say, shout out to the Knicks, but shout out to the 1906 Rangers, one of the original 6 hockey teams. They just fucking put sports teams up in here, and we go fucking nuts when they win. And you know what? Let the world see. Let them learn. The passion is real. The revolution starts now. What's up?
So obviously that man was very hammered, and excuse the language, but he was hammered. But what I got out of that was the fact that this is a moment where we all need to come together. This is a moment where we have so much issues happening in our world. This brought everybody together. Everybody together. You hear me? Everyone together. And you had I'm sorry, I can't. Here's Mike Brown, and I mentioned Jose Alvarado getting off the bus. I mean, I'm showing you all the highlight clips of some of my favorite ones because it's just, look at that. I mean, it's just a special moment, man. A special moment. People on. I mean, do you see this? Do you see this shit? Do you? Hold on. Let me pull. I'm pulling up all y'all. Like I said, this is a special edition. I wanted to share my takeaways from this. Look at that. Concrete jungle, man. Legit concrete jungle. Look at those people. Concrete jungle. So many people criticize, talk junk about New York. Oh my gosh, it's so dangerous. They got this, they got that. I mean, I will tell you this. I will give credit to Zoran Mamdani as well for just, I mean, his youth and just his energy. He really, New York changed after the Mamdani. Well, the Knicks were already great. I'm just going to tell you that right now. They were already having a wonderful season. But I'm saying on the political side, Zoran brought a different swag and different. Young people will really engage with politics, right? I mean, they were, and here's a funny video right here. So Tyler Kolek, member of the New York Knicks, he was, embracing all the fans when he was getting off, and security ain't know who he was. Police officers, and they were legit about to like, I mean, because he kind of, I guess he looked like your typical white boy that just hopped the fence, and they're like, bro, he's a player there. He's like, oh, he's a player. Like, I mean. It was funny, man. It was so many memories. Look at Robinson, man. Freaking Robinson comes out in this big ass his own custom pickup truck, because Robinson's our center who had a clutch rebound. Look at this out pickup truck. What you think for one? It looks like a part of him, probably. Look at Mitchell Robinson's truck. Boy, that thing nice. That thing is souped up. I mean, it's just by far, New Year's Eve, St. Patty's, autumn, they ain't got nothing on the Knicks, man. Now let me end it off by sharing from our reigning MVP and team captain, our leader, Jalen Brunson.
Foremost, I want to say thank you to Jim Dolan and the front office for believing in the kid no one else would. Thank you to my teammates, giving me confidence every single day. The belief we had in each other made this possible. Thank our coaching staff, our medical staff, everyone that pitched in every single day behind the scenes. Damn. We really did it, dog. Somehow, some way, I knew we were going to find a way to get this done. Most importantly, thank you to the fans. I'm not gonna lie though, y'all are some pretty hard critics, but we appreciate it. At least I do. Appreciate it a lot. Lastly, I want to thank my family. Truly, without them, their sacrifice and everything wouldn't be possible. My inner circle, I mean, they keep me humble every single day. They don't let me get off track for nothing. Damn, New York, we really did it, man. We really did it. Wouldn't trade this for a world. And lastly, there's a lot of people that have a lot of negative stuff to say. There's a lot of people who have a lot of opinions. But when you prove them wrong, you really don't have to say to them. Nah, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Well said. Well said. Well said. All the haters, all the critics. He said, guess what? You don't have shit to prove to them. And take that as a word of advice for any of you all going through something out there in the world, or you have a journey that you're continuing to fight, and you have a lot of outside noise criticizing you, telling you can't do it, X, Y, and Z, telling you shouldn't be the person in that position or whatnot. Ignore, 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 or let all of that haterade be the fuel that keeps you going and to prove them wrong. But like Jalen Brunson said, you ain't got to prove shit to them. And I agree with that 100%. Next up, y'all, I want to bring up the ceremony of the presidential library in Chicago, Barack Obama, who by far, at least in my lifetime as of right now, by far one of the best or the best president of our lifetime. And again, it's not even a policy thing for me. It's a character. People always say, "Oh, stop looking at it as a feeling thing." No, I'm always going to look at character before I look at policy when it comes to any candidate, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on. Because if you are here to be a leader, well, you got to have the characterization to be of good leader, show a good leadership, or be a great leader. So, yes, I will always say he was one of the most. It's funny because my wife and I, we were at a political event. It was a rally. It was during the governor's campaign out here in Virginia, where Governor Spanberger, well, at the time, Congresswoman Spanberger, had Obama speak at. They had a rally, or excuse me, they had a event over at Old Dominion University at the Chartway Arena, and a friend of mine who I haven't seen since high school, since high school. I didn't know that they had worked with the she worked in politics. She worked in Richmond and all this stuff. Anyway, I knew somebody that was working with the Spanberger campaign, and they said, "Hey, look, come on out. This will be like a little, I get you some kind of backstage access in a sense." And so we got there, we went, and I said, "Oh, for sure, I would love to." And my wife is really not a political person like that. I've taken her to maybe like a few, but it's really not her scene. And I said, "No, for sure. I mean, I'm going because again, I know how big of a opportunity it will be to say, wow, I witnessed Barack Obama." And so my wife and I, we went, had a wonderful time. And now I'll be honest, I was not the biggest, and I'm still not really the biggest fan of Spanberger. But when you look at the options on our ticket, it was her or Winston Earl Sears, and I sure as hell ain't a Winston Earl Sears fan. So I'm like, let me go out in X, Y, and Z. So I make a post that was a non-political post. Really, I had said that my wife and I, we got to witness seeing the first African American president ever elected, Barack Obama. I said it, full disclaimer. I'm like, set aside from your politics, whether if you agree with him or disagree with him, we can at least agree on that he was one of by far the most class act leaders that we've had. That's all I said. I'm paraphrasing because I'm not actually looking at my post when I said it, but that's pretty much what I said. I said, regardless of your political opinions, he was the most class act president we've had in a long time, and that's a fact. Okay, he did not go out here picking fights with individuals on a regular basis. He did not go happy fingers on social media, always criticize. He did not put out 8 videos about other folks. He did not call other countries shithole countries. He did not tell folks to go back where they came from. He did not say that all brown folks or immigrants in general are rapists and murderers. Okay, he did not say they're eating the cats, they're eating the dogs, and he did not say that. He did not criticize Rob Reiner after he was sadly, him and his wife were sadly murdered. He did not criticize. Instead of saying, so sorry for the family, thoughts and prayers, he said, well, we did not agree, and he did not agree with my politics, and maybe this is like he did not insult the deceased. This man did not criticized his opponent at the time, John McCain, saying that he wasn't an American hero because he got caught. That doesn't make him a hero in my book. Like, Barack Obama did it with grace. Barack Obama got criticized for wearing a tan suit, for crying out loud. Barack Obama was always questioned about his citizenship by one individual because his middle name was Hussein. Barack Obama's wife had been insulted many times throughout the years. That was not him. Barack had a sign of grace. Barack never, ever personally insulted people from the opposing side of the aisle because he knew as a leader, that's not the way America is. We have to work together in order to build and in order to grow. We can't win with just the Democratic Party. We can't win with just the Republican Party. We have to win together. That's why I've always been a fan of the Forward Party. Because the Forward Party is a party of both side of the aisle politics that are paying attention at the forward and not going backwards. That's why you see me rocking a free agent shirt. Shout out to Chris Cuomo. Because I'm not married to any party. The two-party system has been broken for years. It's a back and forth game that's played a lot of voters, in my opinion. I say all that because when I made that post, I had a former English teacher from high school that said, I guess you're going to vote for the black one come election day, huh? Take it you're going to vote for the black lady. And I'm like, you know what went in my mind? I ain't got to prove her shit. Because, see, the enemy wants you to respond to things like that. Now, my former English teacher is a grown woman who's probably almost 80 years old by now. I'm in my 30s. I don't have time to go back and forth on Facebook with a former teacher. Every time I see her, I show respect. I give her a big hug because at the end of the day, hey, she was a part of my journey as a student, right? She was my teacher. She taught me English. I would not make it far without her and all my teachers, but she was a part of that journey. So I always have that warm spot. But it really saddened me when she had said that. And look, that's happened to a lot of folks that get caught up in the rabbit hole and stuck in politics. Like I love politics, okay? I love watching all political programming. I watch stuff that I agree with. I watch stuff that I disagree with, highly disagree with. I watch stuff that I can find common ground with. I love it because I love commentary. I love conversation. I love politics. But I also look at it as an understanding. So I gotta understand exactly where is this person from the opposing side coming from. But stuff like that broke me. That hurt. And it's unfortunate. But I bring this up because Obama had his ceremony and in Chicago, and it was a grand celebration. Here is just a small glimpse of some of the highlights from that event. This former First Lady Michelle Obama, who had a wonderful speech. Let me show you that.
Immigrants proving what it truly means to be a dreamer. These folks aren't Americans too. They are America. They are the beating heart of this country. They are us and we are them. And to ignore this simple truth, to refuse to respect the contributions and experiences of people who aren't exactly like us, puts us all at risk. Failing.
So that was a little bit of her speech. Let me see if I can find. Okay, here's a couple of sound bites from Barack Obama's speech.
I recognize it's been almost a decade since I left office. In that time, we have lived through more war and a terrible pandemic, economic disruptions, mass protests, backlash against mass protests, political conflicts that have shaken the very foundation of our democracy. We've witnessed a technological revolution that promises remarkable discoveries, could revolutionize medicine, but is also accelerating inequality, that puts all the world's information in the palm of our hands, but somehow makes it harder for us to tell a truth from a lie, that connects us instantly like never before, even as it makes us more distrustful and more withdrawn and more fearful and more isolated from each other. It's a lot. For millions of people in this country and around the world, the future feels uncertain, the ground unstable beneath our feet. And as algorithms keep feeding us a steady stream of distraction and outrage, as only the loudest, most extreme voices get attention, fanning our prejudices, appealing to our basest, most tribal instincts, it's tempting to give in to cynicism and even despair, to stop trying. We start thinking that appeals to democracy and civic participation are corny and old-fashioned and boring and naive. That the very idea of working on behalf of the common good is a sucker's bet. And that in order for us to win, somebody else has got to lose. I get it. I am not immune to anger or doubt. But I do know this. When we lose faith in each other, when we stop believing that voting matters, that citizenship matters, that our collective voices matter, that how we treat each other no longer matters, then we give away our power to decide our own futures. We open the door to the most ruthless or the most careless or the most fearful among us, who see some groups and some people as more equal than others, and see government as nothing more than a way to divvy up the spoils and punish enemies and keep those who are different in their place. I do not believe that is the story of America that prevails in the end. I don't believe it because for us to give up, for us to give in now, after all this country's been through, to cynicism and division would be a betrayal of our founding ideals, a betrayal of our faith. And I remain convinced that the overwhelming majority of Americans feel the same way. That as unsettled as we are, people aren't looking for perpetual anger and division. They are looking for fairness and common sense and mutual respect. That deep in our gut, we want to find a way to turn towards each other again, not further away. I get it.
So again, you had those two events that occurred on the same day. On the same day. I'm like, wow, it's hard to kind of bounce back and forth between. But all the stars were out there. Those who were fans of the Obama's friends. I know Oprah was out there, Bruce Springsteen, David Letterman, Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert actually sported a tan suit. Another gentleman who was worked in the who was a friend of Obama who spoke was also rocking the infamous tan suit. It was a number of just functions, and like I said, the Clintons were there, Bush was there, Biden and his wife. It was just an historic day, Now, we'll be talking. I'm not going to really share the moment at this time about some of the backlash though that the center has received, because I believe having it built, and I think taxpayers in those communities had to pay for it. I have some clips, but I'm not going to share it on this time because I choose not to. I'll share it on another further episode of the Arrington Gavin Show. Again, this is a special edition. I was not planning on doing this, but I just said, let me go ahead and record something for you all, because it was just when the spirit hits you, you just gotta I gotta talk, I gotta share it with somebody, I gotta talk with somebody. And so I'm popped here to the Evolve Imagery Studios here in Chesapeake, Virginia, and I said, yeah, like I got something to say, I gotta talk more about it. So again, this was just a special edition. Now, I'm not going to stay too long with you all, but yesterday, two historic, again, events happened. The grand ceremony of the Obama Presidential Library in Chicago. And it's a beautiful structure, by the way. It is beautiful. And I hope to make a trip over there and check it out. And then you also had the New York Knicks, man. New York Knicks by far was the biggest event that I was not going to miss at all. And it was historic. So, y'all, today is even a better day. It's June 19th, better known as Juneteenth, where we commemorate the day when all African Americans were free from being enslaved. Happened in 1865, was it? 1865. Let me just correct myself because I want to 1865. And it commemorates the day when enslaved African Americans in Texas finally learned that they were free. And this is a moment that we're gonna celebrate. We're gonna turn up. My wife and I, we're gonna turn up. I'm gonna do everything black. You see, I'm rocking a black shirt. All right, I'm gonna go to a black restaurant and I'm gonna drink me a black ass drink. Okay. I'm gonna listen to some great black music, and I'm gonna just enjoy myself today. But I wanted to get on this live with you all and share share some of my takeaways of yesterday. But y'all, as always, thank you so much for checking this out. Whatever time you're checking this out, I'm about to make this up right now. So I appreciate you. Love you guys. I will talk to you soon for another great convo here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Stay safe. Happy Juneteenth. And shout out to my New York Knicks, man. Love you guys. Peace.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.